All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dids in the Dugout. Joined here by a very special guest, new Ole Miss shortstop Luke Hill, the big transfer from Arizona State. This hopefully becomes a common theme on this show. We had Will Furness on a few weeks ago, and lucky enough to have Luke join us here. Luke, I appreciate your time. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. Well, yeah, kind of like talked about. You're a big transfer shortstop. You were kind of the key piece of this entire transfer class, in my opinion. We had such a hole there at shortstop coming into this year, and you go out to Arizona State and you have an incredible true freshman year out there, man. You're an all Pac-12 honorable mention player. I think I read in an article somewhere your quote was, "All I do is hit." Did I get that right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm a hitter. It's what I do. So
Yeah, something like that. So, but yeah, had an incredible year. Hit 314, like an 845 OPS, I think, 6 home runs.
Mhm.
So just kind of to start this off a little bit, what was it like your freshman year there playing out there in Arizona State, and kind of the experience you gained from that?
It was good. It was kind of different given them from
Hmm.
Baton Rouge. So kind of
Yeah.
like the whole baseball thing's a little bit. It's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not as big, but it's definitely not as packed at the games. So that was a
Hmm.
little bit easier for to move
Hmm.
in. But yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, I loved it out there. It
Good.
was like I said, it was different given it's kind of the West Coast. Like I
Yeah.
grew up in Baton Rouge, like going to all the SEC games and stuff like that. But yeah, it was amazing for me to go out there and just
Hmm.
kind of be able to like play from day one and just
Yeah.
kind of get like a feel for college baseball. Cause I mean, not everyone, like I was blessed with the opportunity to go there and, go out there and compete from day one. So I'm really grateful for that. But that was probably the biggest thing, just going out there and be able to play from the beginning and just kind of get that experience. It was good.
Yeah, and obviously you made the most of your opportunities out there too. Like I said, you had a hell of a freshman year. Kind of like you talked about a second ago, though. You're from Baton Rouge, right? You're from SEC
Mhm.
country. If I had to
Yeah.
guess, I would say you probably grew up going to plenty of games at Alex Box Stadium. Would that be
Yeah.
pretty accurate?
Yeah, I went to a lot of those. I went to a lot of basketball games. I went to a lot of football
Mhm.
games.
Yeah.
It was fun going there. I was spoiled growing up as a kid, kind of expecting that everywhere you go. But it was a good
Yeah.
atmosphere. It was fun to always go there.
Yeah. It's obviously a little different here in the South when it comes to baseball, the SEC in
Hmm.
particular, right? When you go to other places and go to these other stadiums, it's not quite as full as it is. You're playing in front of anywhere between 10 and 14,000 people down here every single weekend, right? And it really blows people's minds that have never experienced something like that. They're used to
Hmm.
getting anywhere from two to topping out at 6,000
Oh,
fans at a game
that's if you're
elsewhere,
lucky.
right?
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
our first road series was at Mississippi State, and I knew it was
Hmm.
going to be a big game. And we
Yep.
walked in, and everyone was like, "Holy cow! I didn't know this many people could come to a game." I was like, "Well." Like welcome to big boy town.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
better get
that's
ready.
right.
They're gonna let you hear it. So get ready.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and speaking of that trip to Starkville,
mhm.
hopefully you kind of uh redo what you did down there last year, right? You went down there and had
Yeah,
your first career home run. Is that right?
yeah, they didn't like me too much down there.
No, well, I got news for you. They hate you a hell of a lot more now.
They hate me a hell of a lot more now,
Yeah,
especially
there's no
after
doubt
the
about
portal and everything. They don't
it. Yeah,
like me too
yeah.
much. Given I'm going to Ole Miss now.
Yeah, well, I love you for coming to Ole Miss though, so that's one of those
Thank
things.
you.
You just come over here and you hit everything that comes your way. So yeah, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the whole portal thing though, because I'm sure that was
Mhm.
an interesting process, right? You
Yeah.
basically go through and get recruited all over again. As soon as you hit the portal, all I kept hearing from fans obviously was LSU, 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 right? He's going back home to Baton Rouge. And I kept telling people, I said, look, I don't know anything. I don't have any inside sources. I said, but with the track record Ole Miss has with shortstops, and now the gaping hole we have there, that has to be attractive to us,
Mhm.
or Kill, right? Is that something that kind of attracted you to Oxford when you went through that process?
Oxford to me, Ole Miss was like one, like you said, kind of like the hole at shortstop, and two, like the recent like success at it.
Yeah.
And then two was to me the biggest thing was like they kind of like I wouldn't say they gave me the keys, but they're like we need you here, and they
Hmm.
made me feel like really special. LSU just they expected everything kind of just to fall into place, but I'm not that type of kid. Like Furnace, like Will Furnace, his dad went to LSU.
Yeah,
Like,
he did.
look
We
where
talked a
he's
lot
at right
about.
now. So, when I came down here, I kind of knew I was like, like this is where I need to be. Like I felt so confident when I came down here because everyone, when you open Twitter, the first thing I entered the portal, I hopped on like some like ESPN thing, and they're like, "All right, you're going to LSU." I was like, I wouldn't jump the gun too fast there, buddy, but
Yeah.
when I came down to Oxford, I knew I loved it. I committed on the spot. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a rebel. So,
Cool.
And I'm so glad I made the decision. Like this is literally heaven on earth. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. I'm lucky enough to say that I've been doing this for 36 years. I'm about 40 minutes from Oxford now, so I go to all kinds of games. Baseball in particular, obviously, that's my thing. I love football and all that, but I will go to any baseball game, watch any baseball game. That's kind of my thing there. Have you ever been to a game at Swayze Field before?
No, I haven't. I actually haven't. I've watched a lot of them, but I
Yeah.
remember watching them win the national title and everything. So I was like, they did.
I was.
They
I was
can
in
win a
Omaha
good
for
bit.
that one. Yeah. I was in Omaha for that one. That was the best weekend of my entire life, needless to say. We had an absolute ball. So kind of like you were talking about, though, the tradition of shortstop. Our last 3 shortstops have all gone in the top 3 rounds of the major league draft. So that's kind of like you said, something that was probably appealing to you. Hopefully, you end up following suit and make that 4 straight for us. That would be
I have a lot
that,
of shoes to fill, given that Gonzo was the
yeah,
first rounder. He was also
right.
the shortstop. He also wore number 7. So it's kind of like, all right,
Big
step
shoes
up,
to fill.
kid. It's like your time to shine. So that's the type of stuff that kind of motivates me every single day. Like, if there's expectations, I need to meet them, if not exceed them. So it's like the small stuff like that. That kind of just like that extra rep, just like don't let people down. So they have a lot of people wanting you. So let's go to work. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it right now.
Absolutely. So this is a question I asked Will too when I had him on a few weeks ago. How excited are you about going to play in Alex Fox Stadium this year? Play at LSU.
I get chills you saying that right now. I kid you not. I think about it every single day. I swear I think about it every single day. But I know I need to like not let the moment get too big, because there's a little bit of a chip on my shoulder going back to Baton Rouge. That's where I'm from. My best friends they all go to LSU. They're all going to be at the game. I don't know what jersey they're going to wear. Hopefully they wear mine, but they're my best buds. So they could care less if we won, they won, whatever. But I think about it every single day. I'm ready for it. That'll probably be one of the best times of my lives playing there. Just like going back and being like, all right, I'm back. Like, let's do this thing. Now, hopefully we sweep them. That's what I want.
We're going to sweep them. That's what's going to happen. That's what last time we were in Baton Rouge, we're going to do it again. We're back sweeps.
I want to sweep them so bad. Just kill them. But I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be great.
Yeah. That weekend's going to be, or is going to have no shortage of storylines between you and Will Furnace going back.
That's going to be.
We can't wait. And especially when y'all start hitting nukes out of that damn place.
It's going to be. It's the last. The schedule hasn't been released, but the coach has been like, "That's our last." It's the last SEC weekend before.
No way.
Before.
That's going to be huge. Before Hoover?
That's gonna Friday night at the box. When we come to town, it's gonna be a big game.
And if that's the last SEC series before Hoover, it'll actually start on Thursday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, because everybody plays Thursday before you go into Hoover there, since they start it so earlier in the week. So, man, that's going to be nuts, though, if that's the last weekend, because those are undoubtedly going to be 2 of the better teams in the West. You're talking about not only jockeying for West championships, overall SEC championships, hosting positions, super regional host. That's going to be incredible. Whoever come out with that schedule, that needs to be the last series of the SEC schedule every single.
That game needs to be on ESPN, not ESPN.
Yeah, Yeah, that's right. Put us on the big one. Come on, guys.
Put us on the big boy channel. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, that's right. So, kind of like I mentioned, though, you being a transfer, this is a transfer heavy class. We basically revamped our lineup. We bring a lot of real good guys back, though, right? How have y'all been able to mesh so far? I know y'all are just kind of getting started here lately, but you've got guys like you and Jackson Ross and Trace Hughes is another big one coming in from Mercer, right?
Mhm.
A kid that's
Yeah.
played for for us. Andrew Fisher at third base. Kind of how's the team kind of coming together with all these new faces coming in this year?
This is probably like, I kid you not, like, you usually hear like oh my God, we're so close. Like
Hmm.
last year at ASU, we all said that, but I mean, this is like the most like meshed I've ever felt with the team, and it's not even close. Like, it's as simple as like if we're all hanging out, like outside of like baseball, the
Hmm.
freshmen are there. Everyone's there. Everyone's having a good time. Now we might go our different ways. We might go to like different places, but I mean, we're having a good time together.
Yeah.
It's just the culture here is like, I mean, it's insane. Like, if you want to come to Ole Miss and be a part of the team, you're going to be a part of the team. Like,
Hmm.
everyone was welcoming. Like the first step I walked into the locker room, everyone made me feel like just at home. Like, it's like
Yeah.
small stuff like that just makes me feel so confident about this place. And I mean, I love all my teammates. They're awesome. So I mean, this team's really close. We hang out every single day. We
Hmm.
text, hey, let's go eat with our red card. Like, it's awesome. It's
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that speaks volumes for kind of like you said, the culture that Mike has built over the 20 plus years he's been here,
Mhm.
right? Again, another LSU connection, right? He played back in
Yeah,
the day with LSU. He comes up here and he's really built Ole Miss into a top 5, 10 program in the entire country.
yeah.
So it speaks volumes for him, Laugh, Clement, all those guys, all the hard work they put in. That you can bring in all these new guys and kind of get them to mesh like that. So that's obviously really nice to hear. But
Mhm.
so uh, one of the more fun parts of my interview with Will Furnace a few weeks ago, I was absolutely fascinated by him talking about his approach to hitting. How do you go to the plate? What are you looking for? What are you trying to do when you get up there?
Okay, I'm not gonna give the answers to the test quite
Yeah.
yet because I don't want pitchers
Uh-huh.
watching it, but uh just don't leave it over the zone because it will be hit. No doubt about it. It will
No
be
doubt
hit.
about it.
So uh it kind of depends on the pitcher, like if a guy's a spinner
Mhm.
and like I'll look at scouting reports and stuff like that. But like just the basic, don't miss the fastball. If you're not hitting the fastball, good luck. You might as well just walk back to the dugout. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the basic approach. Like, just if it's a stock righty and all that stuff, stock lefty, it might change a little bit, just given like
Mhm.
different type of arm side run and stuff like that. But I feel like I have a very basic hitting approach because I'm not like the biggest power guy. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just a hitter, so
Yeah.
I like to
Yeah.
hit. It's really fun. But yeah, it's kind of my basic approach. But I don't want to get too much into details and give
Yeah.
away the answers to the
Yeah.
test.
Yeah. You're all about just putting the bat on the ball and letting that
Just
thing
hit it
fly.
and let it
Yeah.
hit it and
Yeah.
let the ball do whatever it wants.
Yeah. So another thing that when after you had committed to Ole Miss, I went back and started watching some of your video from Arizona State and all that stuff, which I'm sure a lot of Ole Miss fans did. I was really impressed with you in the field. You made so many plays going to your or away from your glove side into the hole, and the way you're able to turn and make such a strong throw to first base, that's something that's kind of hard to teach for shortstops, right? Like that's something that just kind of comes naturally. It seems. Kind of what has Mike and the guys defensively tried to work with you on so far since you've been in Oxford?
To be honest with you, like, they really just told me, they're like, you know what, just do what you do. We know you can
Yeah,
field the ball. I don't know what they thought about that play, but I know when they first saw it, they're like, okay, well, let's just let them do that because
yeah, yeah,
I've done it a couple of times in practice already, and they're like,
hmm,
oh, you can
yeah.
kind of see
All the
like,
strengths there. Yeah,
yeah, and they're like, okay, this kid can get away with it, so let's let him do his thing. So like
yeah,
we make a couple adjustments, just like reading balls off the bat and stuff, just
hmm,
like his preference, kind of what he wants me to do. But like in the grand scheme of things, it's been just the basic old stuff, But that's been one thing that, I mean, I don't know. I've been blessed to be able to do. I haven't even been taught that. I kind of just naturally did it. Like I did it one day.
It's,
Like I
it's
did it.
really not something you can teach somebody. I don't think. Like that's just something that's given to somebody, and they're just able to do it based off of instincts alone. Like that's the way I've
Yeah.
always thought.
Yeah. That I remember. I mean, I've probably done it when I was way younger. I remember I did it when I was like 12. The first time I did it, it kind of just stuck after that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess that's when it started.
You do it really well, so you just keep it up.
Thank you.
Kind of back to a hitter's mindset type thing, though. One thing that I've talked about for a couple years now, especially going back to Ole Miss's national championship season, uh, we found two pitchers in Dylan DeLucia and Hunter Elliott that were just absolute dudes on the mound. Right when they took the mound, there was 2 months there where you just weren't beating us. I didn't give a shit what you did to us.
Yeah.
How much easier does that make that? Does it get as a hitter knowing you have a dude like that on the mound, just kind of relax and do your thing at the plate? Because I started going through all the pitchers, not only we have coming back, guys we brought in through the transfer portal, and this is one of the deepest I've seen Ole Miss pitching in a really, really long time from the starters, and then going several deep into the bullpen guys that can get outs. I've always thought that it's got to make you more relaxed as a hitter, knowing you don't have to go up there and hit a
Yeah, I was
bomb.
about to say it's definitely
Right.
comfortable when you don't have to face some of the guys that we're gonna have to face.
Yeah,
So like if you're to face some of the guys that you mentioned and you get a hit off of them, you're like, all right, well, sign me up. I'm good to go. I'll be ready. But,
And again, just not having that pressure to score 10, 11, 12 runs a game to have to win a game. Right?
last year we had to do that and it was awful. We'd put
Yeah,
up 12 and we'd still lose sometimes.
yeah. There was God, what was it? Was it? I think you had what was it? A 5 RBI game against what was it? USC? Is that right?
No, I had a 5 RBI inning versus like GCU, and
That's
like
what
we
it was.
barely
5
won.
RBI inning. Yeah, that's what it was. Like the 7th inning or something
It
like
was
that.
seventh or eighth. We're down 7, and then I hit a
Yeah,
3-run home, 9-5, and I came back up, and then took the lead 11-2 with a 2 RBI single. So yeah, that was
yeah.
5 RBI inning.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was like y'all had scored like 8 runs in the last 2 or 3 innings or whatever to come back and take the lead after that home run. Yeah, that's what it was. So, yeah. So that's obviously got to make it a lot easier though as a hitter when you have a pitching staff up there. So how excited are you about playing in the SEC? I know you've talked about watching SEC baseball growing up. You know, it's kind of been your thing your entire life, right? Now you're going to get to hit all of these stadiums, not only hit, but you're going to be playing in them and be a big part of this Ole Miss team going into Duty Noble Field and Alex Box, and then going up to places like Arkansas, right? I mean, those are always the 4 top places in the country as far as attendance. And there are going to be some wild crowds, and I mean that's kind of what you play at this level for, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like that itch is it's just back. Like and like in the West Coast, you didn't have that like outside atmosphere that got you ready to play. Like in the like when you're here, like it's just like let's go. Like everyone's into it. It's like their World Series, like every game,
Every single game, yeah.
every single game. It's like, all right, time to perform. Let's go. And it's just like it gives me chills. Like it's awesome. Like I love that feeling. It's like you're playing in like the biggest game of your life for 56 games.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
awesome.
That's
It's just unbeatable. It's quite literally unbeatable. Like nowhere else will beat it other than the Southeast.
Yeah, that's right. That's just what we do down here. So, all right, I'm going to get you out on this one. This is the question that every Ole Miss fan wants to know. Okay, so we kind of did all the softballs earlier, so I'm bringing you the heat now.
Okay.
Are you bringing back the blonde hair tradition at shortstop
Yes.
for Ole Miss?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not. I'm 1,000% doing it. If I'm at
My
shortstop,
man.
if I'm at shortstop game 1, I'll ask Coach B like closer to the season, like, hey, like, are we thinking like this is like kind of what's gonna happen? So if that's the plan, yeah, I don't know if I'm going full blonde, but I'm 1,000% getting some of it blonde.
Oh man,
It's happening.
I'm so excited now. Like that was exactly what I needed to hear. I'm actually kind of scared reaction would have been if you told me you weren't going to do it, but we don't even have to worry
I'm
about
doing
that
it.
right now.
I
Okay.
am doing it.
Well, that's awesome, man. Look, I've already kept you for 20 minutes. I didn't want to take up a whole lot of your
No, you're
time.
good.
I really, really appreciate you taking time out to do this.
No problem. Anytime.
Good luck this year. I'm going to be coming to some of the scrimmages coming up. I saw that Ole Miss baseball's put some of those out, so
Mhm.
I look forward to seeing you and the guys out there in scrimmage a little bit here in the coming months. And again, thanks a ton for doing this, man. Enjoy your time
Yeah,
in
anytime.
Oxford. Get ready,
Yeah.
and hopefully I can have you on soon and get a little closer to baseball season.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, just text me and then we'll get something set up.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Remember, go to hell LSU. All right.
Yeah. All right. You have a good one. Bye.
All right. Thanks, bud.